When I view them, Swivl is cutting off about an inch of the left side of each slide. So I'm going to kind of give you a heads up on that right now and then tell you how to solve that problem in a minute. So, as you can see, there's nothing actually cut off on the presentation. It was just on my particular iPad. So you can go ahead and disregard that extra piece of information because it won't apply to you when you actually do load your presentation in your video. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So let's kind of go back and pretend that you haven't heard this before. Well, you haven't heard it before, but that I haven't said it before. So the first thing that you want to do in setting up and preparing to use the Swivl is you want to install the app on the iPad. The Swivl and the iPad won't talk unless you're actually using the Swivl app. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that your Swivl is charged. I recommend charging it overnight, and then the other thing you want to do is if you're going to use it in multiple classes, when you're not using it, go ahead and make sure to charge it. The battery does tend to run a little bit quickly, but I think it's just because it's using so much energy. The next thing that you want to do is once your Swivl and your remote, or they actually call it a marker, are on, you want to make sure to sync those two pieces, and I will show you in the next video how to do that, which button to use. The next thing is that you need to make sure that your iPad is connected to the Swivl Bluetooth, and it's the same way as any other Bluetooth setup. And then the last piece is the upload presentation, which is, I'm going to tell you how to kind of fix that, cut the inch off the left piece. So what you want to do is whatever presentation style you use or program, whether it's Google Slides or Microsoft PowerPoint or Apple Keynote, each slide you want to save that as a JPEG, and then in order to move everything over, you want to cut about an inch off of the JPEG, so just crop that from the right side where hopefully there's nothing there. And if there is something, just keep in mind that at the end you're going to have to cut that off. So whatever sentences you may have, make sure that you send them to the next line. Once all those JPEGs have been downloaded and cropped, then you want to upload those JPEGs to the Swivl Cloud. And as long as your Swivl Cloud account and your iPad or your Swivl app account are the same, then it's automatically going to upload to your iPad, so then you can pull it up, and that's when you can start recording like I'm doing now. So if you have any questions or you run into any issues with the setup, of course don't hesitate to ask, okay? Thank you. Great, so here you can see an actual image of what I'm seeing. I'm looking at it on my iPad and you're looking at it from the presentation. And this is a good example of what it would be like if you were to work with a presentation, slides or something, but you're also taking notes on your whiteboard or your smartboard or something like that. So here we have the base of the Swivl, we have the remote, and then the iPad. So I'm just going to point out a couple of important features. The on-off button is actually right underneath the remote, and it looks very much like this button. You're going to press and hold. To turn the remote on and off, it's this top button, and you're going to press and hold again. To get the two pieces talking, you're going to hit this button, which is the sync button. When you want to start recording, this red button on the side is super helpful because now you don't have to reach over and touch the iPad while you're doing a presentation. The other thing is your left and right buttons. Left takes you back a page, right sends you forward a page. Okay? The button in the center where my thumb is, it's got a check mark on it. That's what's going to allow you to switch perspectives. So if you would rather have your students looking more at your face, you can switch perspectives, and now you can see me. And you're seeing, I'm seeing anyway, the presentation in the smaller screen. And I'm going to switch back. The other thing that center button can do is the Swivl will follow the remote left and right, and if you hold the button, it will move up or down. It's just pressing, holding, and making sure that it's in line with the little Bluetooth spot. The last thing that I want to point out is the wire that's plugged in from the iPad to the back of the swivel, that is what picks up your voice. The remote picks up your voice, sends it wirelessly to the swivel, and then this cord is what allows your iPad to record your voice. So if you have any questions about the swivel itself or the setup, go ahead and let me know.